Have you ever found something unexpected in your own home? Something small, quiet, and mysterious? Today, you will. Close your eyes if you like. Listen. Let your mind follow gently, like a soft breeze. It was a calm morning. The sun was soft, not too bright, just warm enough to make the room glow. Emma was sitting at her small wooden table. A cup of tea steamed gently in front of her. She loved this quiet time. Her eyes wandered across the room. Books were on the shelves. A soft carpet covered the floor. Everything was peaceful. Then something caught her eye. A small envelope tucked under a book. It was pale blue, with neat handwriting on the front. Emma picked it up slowly. The paper was smooth. She felt a soft excitement. Who could have left this letter? She opened it carefully. Inside, the words were simple yet mysterious. Dear Emma, follow the path to the little town. You will find something special. Take your time. A friend. Emma felt a gentle curiosity. The letter was soft, like a whisper. She smiled. She liked surprises. But she also felt calm. Nothing hurried. She sat back, sipping her tea. She thought about the town. She remembered the quiet streets, the small shops, and the calm river there. She had walked there many times. But this letter, it made the place feel different, new, and inviting. Slowly, Emma decided to go. She would take a calm walk. No hurry, no rush. Just her, the quiet morning and the soft adventure. She got up and prepared a small bag. She put in a notebook, a pen, a scarf, and some water. Everything was simple. Everything was light. Outside, the air was fresh. Birds sang softly. The breeze touched her face gently. It was a good day for a walk, a slow and peaceful walk. Emma walked down the familiar street. The houses were quiet. Windows reflected the soft sun. Occasionally, she saw neighbors. They waved. She waved back. All was calm, all was gentle. As she approached the small bus stop, she noticed a tiny paper bag on the bench. She bent down. Inside was a single flower, white and delicate. She smiled softly. The world seemed kind today. She took the flower and continued her walk. Her steps were slow, soft, almost like a dance. She breathed in the air, calm and sweet. Each step felt relaxing, each moment gentle. Along the way, Emma noticed things she had never noticed before. The curve of a tree branch, the soft rustle of leaves, the distant sound of a dog barking somewhere far away. Everything felt alive, yet calm. Then she reached the edge of town. The streets were narrow, paved with smooth stones. Shops had quiet signs. The bakery smelled faintly of bread. The smell was soft and comforting. Emma walked slowly past the bakery. She didn't stop. Today, she was following the letter. She was curious, yet calm. She let the rhythm of her steps guide her. At the center of the town, she found a small alley she had never noticed before. The letter had said, "Take your time." So she did. She walked slowly, breathing gently, noticing every detail. A small wooden door appeared, tucked between two larger buildings. It looked old but welcoming. A soft light glowed from inside. Emma paused. She could hear quiet music, soft and low, as if the building itself was breathing. The letter felt warm in her pocket. She opened the door slowly. Inside was a small room, cozy and quiet. A few chairs, a small table, and a fireplace, though it was not lit. On the table lay another letter. Emma picked it up carefully. It read, "Welcome, Emma. You are here. Take a seat. Relax. Let the quiet guide you. Today is for you." She smiled, feeling calm, feeling safe. She sat in the soft chair. The room smelled faintly of old books and tea. Outside, the wind rustled softly. Birds sang in the distance. Emma closed her eyes for a moment. She let her mind wander gently. There was nothing to worry about, nothing to hurry, Only calm, only peace, only quiet discovery. She opened her eyes slowly and looked around. The room seemed to breathe with her. Each sound, soft and slow, made her feel warm. Each shadow on the wall danced gently, like a lullaby. Time passed slowly. Emma wrote a few words in her notebook. Nothing rushed, nothing loud, just calm thoughts, small reflections, soft sketches of her feelings. She felt her body relax. Her breathing became slow. Her mind floated gently, like leaves on a calm river. She looked at the fireplace again. Though unlit, it felt comforting. She imagined a soft fire glowing. The warmth wrapped around her like a gentle hug. The quiet room, the soft letter, the slow journey. Everything made Emma feel serene. She felt safe, calm, ready to drift into her gentle thoughts. And as she sat there, she realized sometimes the smallest surprises bring the deepest peace. The letter had led her to a quiet moment, a soft pause in the day, a gentle adventure, all for her, all for calm, all for sleep. Sometimes, when you walk slowly through a quiet town, someone gentle appears, someone who makes the world feel even softer. Today, Emma will meet such a person. Listen carefully, let your mind wander, and feel the calm. Emma left the cozy room with the hidden letter behind. She stepped back onto the soft streets of the town. The sun was lower now, casting long, warm shadows across the stones. The streets were quiet. A few birds called softly in the trees. Emma walked slowly, letting each step be gentle and calm. She felt peaceful, yet curious. Suddenly, a soft voice called her name. "Hello," said a man with a kind smile. "Are you new here?" Emma looked up. He was tall, with soft eyes and a gentle face. His clothes were simple. He did not seem hurried. Everything about him felt calm. "Yes," Emma said softly. I am exploring a little today." "That is good." The man replied, "I am Thomas. Would you like a slow walk with me? I can show you quiet places you may enjoy." Emma hesitated for a moment, then smiled. His voice was warm. There was no rush, no pressure. She nodded. Together, they walked slowly. The air smelled faintly of flowers and bread from a nearby bakery. The wind brushed gently against their faces. Thomas spoke softly. "This town is small, but full of quiet secrets. I can show you some. Would you like that?" Emma nodded again. "Yes, I would like that very much." They passed a small fountain. The water flowed softly, making gentle sounds. Emma watched the ripples and felt calm. Thomas smiled. "This fountain has been here for many years," he said. "People come, watch, and feel peace. Sometimes the water tells stories if you listen carefully." Emma closed her eyes for a moment. She listened. The water sounded soft, like a gentle song. She felt relaxed, as if the world had slowed down for her. They continued walking. Thomas pointed to a small path between two houses. "This leads to my favorite quiet spot," he said. "It is a little garden. Very calm, very safe." Emma followed. The path was narrow and lined with soft green plants. Leaves brushed lightly against her sleeves. The sun created patterns of light and shadow on the stones. At the end of the path, a small wooden bench appeared, surrounded by flowers and shrubs. A tiny stream flowed nearby. The water sparkled in the sunlight. Emma sat down slowly. Thomas sat across from her. He poured some tea from a small thermos. The smell of chamomile was soft and comforting. "Drink slowly," he said. "No hurry. Let the warmth reach your hands and your thoughts." Emma took a sip. The tea was calm and sweet. She closed her eyes, feeling the quiet seep into her body. Thomas spoke softly about the town. "Every corner here has a story. Every flower, every stone, they all exist quietly, waiting for someone to notice them." Emma listened. She imagined the flowers dancing gently in the breeze. She imagined the small stones of the streets, warm from the sun, holding tiny secrets. Then Thomas said, "Sometimes it is not about finding something big or loud. It is about noticing the small things, the quiet things, the gentle things. That is where peace lives." Emma nodded slowly. She liked that thought. She let it sink into her mind. Peace lives in small, quiet moments. She could feel it now, like a soft blanket around her heart. They walked again, slowly this time, following a winding path along the stream. Ducks floated quietly on the water. Emma watched their gentle movements. Each paddle was slow, soft, and calm. Thomas spoke in whispers, as if even his voice should be part of the quiet. Sometimes people hurry too much. They miss the little joys. But today you are walking slowly. That is enough. Emma smiled. She felt a warmth in her chest. There was no need to rush, no need to hurry. She was exactly where she needed to be. They reached a small bridge over the stream. Emma leaned slightly over the edge. The water reflected the soft sunlight, dancing in tiny patterns. "It is beautiful," Emma whispered. "Yes," said Thomas softly. "And it is here every day, waiting quietly for those who notice." They continued, passing quiet streets, small shops, and soft gardens. Each place was gentle, calm, and slow. Emma noticed the patterns of leaves, the smell of bread, the soft shadows of clouds moving across the stones. By the end of their walk, Emma felt calm and happy. She had met a friendly stranger, someone who made the town feel even softer, even more peaceful. She thanked Thomas gently. This was a very calm, very peaceful walk. "I feel relaxed." Thomas smiled. "That is good. Remember, calm is always nearby. You only need to notice it slowly, gently, like you did today." Emma walked back to her cozy room, carrying a small piece of the day with her, a soft memory, a gentle smile, a quiet heart. She sat by the window, looking outside. The town was quiet. The sun was lower now. Everything felt safe, slow, and peaceful. Emma closed her eyes. She thought about the stream, the ducks, the gentle voice of Thomas, and the soft laughter of birds. Her breathing became slow. Her body felt warm. The quiet town, the friendly stranger, and the slow walk had made her ready for rest, ready for calm, ready for gentle sleep. And as she drifted softly, she remembered the words of Thomas. Peace lives in small, quiet moments. Notice them, feel them, slowly, gently. Sometimes, quiet places hold gentle treasures. Today, Emma will find one in a small, old bookstore, a place where soft stories live on every page. Listen closely. Let your thoughts drift slowly, like turning pages in a calm light. Emma stepped back into the town, her mind calm from the walk with Thomas. The sun was lower now, and the streets were filled with soft, golden light. She walked slowly, noticing the small shops she had passed before. Then, at the end of a narrow street, she saw a small wooden sign swinging gently. The Whispering Pages, old books and calm stories. Emma smiled softly. She had never noticed this shop before. The door was slightly open, and a faint smell of paper and ink floated out. She pushed the door slowly. It creaked gently, a soft, welcoming sound. Inside, the shop was quiet, calm, and full of warmth. Books lined the walls from floor to ceiling. Some were old, some were new, but all seemed peaceful. A soft voice came from the back of the shop. "Hello, dear visitor. Welcome to the Whispering Pages." Emma looked up. An elderly man with kind eyes and a gentle smile approached. "I am Mr. Hart. Please take your time. Everything here moves slowly." Emma nodded and walked slowly between the tall shelves. Her fingers brushed softly against the spines of the books. Each one felt different, some rough, some smooth, some soft from years of gentle handling. She pulled out a small green book. The pages smelled faintly of lavender and paper. She opened it and began to read slowly. Once upon a soft, quiet morning, The birds sang slowly, and the trees swayed gently in the wind. Emma smiled. The words were simple, yet comforting. She read each sentence slowly, letting it sink in. Each word felt like a gentle step on a calm path. Mr. Hart walked nearby, speaking softly. These books are not rushed. They teach you patience and calm and a little magic. Would you like me to tell you a story? Emma nodded. She felt safe and relaxed. Mr. Hart sat across from her. He opened a large, old book. The pages were yellowed and soft. He began to read slowly, almost like a gentle song. In a town much like this one, a little girl found a secret path. She walked slowly, noticing the flowers, the stones, and the quiet river. Each step was a whisper, each sound a song. Emma listened carefully. She imagined the girl walking, noticing small things, feeling calm. She felt as if she were walking with her. Outside the window, the wind rustled softly. Sunlight created gentle patterns on the floor. Emma breathed slowly, letting each word of the story wrap around her like a warm blanket. After a while, she closed the book and walked further into the shop. She saw a small reading corner with a soft chair and a low table. A cup of chamomile tea waited there, as if inviting her to rest. Emma sat slowly, lifted the cup, and felt the warmth in her hands. She breathed in the soft scent of the tea. It mixed with the faint smell of old pages, creating a calm, relaxing feeling. She looked around. Each book seemed alive in its own gentle way. Some whispered secrets of the past. Some told quiet adventures. All spoke softly to anyone who would listen. Emma picked another book, this one blue with gold letters. She read slowly. The river moved like silver threads, carrying leaves, small birds, and quiet thoughts. Everyone who walked along it felt peace, and the world seemed soft and calm. She smiled again. The words reminded her of the morning walk with Thomas and the calm stream. Everything connected, everything gentle. Time passed slowly. Emma felt her eyelids grow heavy. She let the chair hold her, the soft pages surround her, the warm tea calm her. Mr. Hart noticed and smiled softly. It is good to rest here. Stories are for the mind and the heart, but also for gentle sleep. Emma nodded. She felt safe. She let herself drift a little, imagining soft pages turning, gentle words floating in the air, and a quiet town outside the window. She thought about the little girl in the story, walking slowly, noticing everything and feeling calm. She thought about the soft river, the gentle paths, the peaceful streets, and the kind stranger. Her breathing became slow and steady. Her body relaxed. Her mind floated like a leaf on a quiet stream. And as she rested there, surrounded by soft books, warm tea, and gentle sunlight, Emma realized sometimes the quietest places bring the most peace. The old bookstore was not just full of books. It was full of calm, full of soft stories, and full of gentle moments. Moments that could stay with her long after she left, helping her drift into calm, peaceful sleep. Sometimes a quiet path leads to a secret place, a place filled with soft colors, gentle sounds, and calm thoughts. Today, Emma will find such a garden. Listen slowly and let your mind wander gently among the flowers and trees. Emma left the old bookstore feeling calm and peaceful. The sun was lower now, painting the sky with soft shades of pink and orange. She walked slowly through the town, following a narrow path she had never noticed before. The path curved gently, lined with small hedges and flowering plants. A soft breeze brushed her face, carrying the smell of fresh grass and tiny blossoms. At the end of the path, she saw a small wooden gate. It was old but welcoming. The sun shone softly on it, creating warm, gentle shadows. Emma opened the gate slowly. It creaked just a little, a soft, friendly sound. Inside, the garden stretched quietly before her. Flowers of many colors swayed gently. Soft green grass covered the ground. Small trees with thin branches moved lightly in the breeze. A fountain sat in the center, water flowing slowly, making a calming sound. Birds flew from branch to branch, singing softly. The garden felt like a secret world, safe and gentle. Emma walked slowly along the stone path, noticing each flower. There were roses, soft pink and white, their petals delicate. There were small yellow daisies, swaying as if dancing. There were soft purple violets hiding in the shade. She bent down to look at a tiny flower close to the ground. Its petals were soft, almost glowing in the sunset light. She breathed slowly, feeling the calm settle deeper in her body. A gentle sound caught her attention. A small butterfly flapped its wings, landing lightly on a flower. Emma watched it, careful not to move too fast. Everything here moved slowly, quietly, peacefully. She found a small wooden bench under a tree with wide branches. The sun shone softly through the leaves, creating dancing patterns on the ground. Emma sat down slowly. The breeze touched her face. She closed her eyes for a moment, listening to the gentle sounds. Water flowing, birds singing, leaves rustling. Her breathing became slow and steady. She imagined each flower, each leaf, each sound holding a small piece of calm. She let her thoughts drift gently, without hurry, without worry. Emma noticed a small path leading to the far side of the garden. She walked slowly, her footsteps soft on the stone path. A small stream ran beside it. The water reflected the soft colors of the sunset. Tiny frogs croaked quietly near the water. Dragonflies hovered gently above the stream. Emma smiled softly. The garden was alive, yet everything moved in a gentle, calm rhythm. She reached a small wooden bridge over the stream. She paused and looked down. The water flowed slowly, carrying fallen leaves and small petals. Each ripple seemed to whisper, "Calm, relax, breathe." Emma walked across the bridge slowly, feeling the soft wood under her hands as she held the railing. On the other side, a small circle of flowers glowed in the last sunlight. She knelt carefully and touched the petals. They felt soft, delicate, and peaceful. A small bird landed nearby. It chirped softly, like a gentle melody. Emma smiled and whispered, "Hello, little friend. Thank you for this calm moment." She sat again on the bench, watching the sun dip closer to the horizon. The sky turned soft pink, then pale purple. Shadows stretched across the garden. Everything slowed down, everything softened. Emma closed her eyes for a long moment. She let the sounds, the smells, and the colors fill her mind. She imagined herself as part of this gentle garden, moving slowly with the breeze, resting softly on the grass, feeling at peace. A soft thought came to her. This garden is a gift, a secret calm in a busy world. I can always return here in my mind, to rest, to breathe, to relax. The sun finally touched the horizon, leaving a soft glow in the sky. Emma stood slowly and walked back toward the gate. She felt lighter, calmer, ready to continue her quiet journey through the town. As she passed a small wooden gate, she took a deep, slow breath. The garden had given her a gift, calm, gentle, and peaceful, a soft feeling that could stay with her for hours, helping her relax, helping her drift into gentle, sleepy thoughts. Sometimes, a gentle river holds more than water. It carries calm, soft sounds, and quiet thoughts. Today, Emma will follow the river and let its slow rhythm guide her mind. Emma left the secret garden, feeling calm and refreshed. The sun had dipped lower, and the sky glowed with soft shades of purple and orange. She walked slowly through the town, her steps quiet on the stone streets. Her eyes noticed small details she had not seen before. The shadow of a tree on a wall, the soft glow of a lantern in a window, the faint sound of music from far away. Soon, she reached the edge of town. A narrow path led gently along a river. Emma paused and looked at the water. It flowed slowly, smooth and silver in the soft light. She smiled softly and began to walk along the path. Each step was calm, deliberate, and peaceful. Her breathing matched the rhythm of the flowing river. Along the bank, tall grasses swayed gently in the breeze. Tiny flowers dotted the edge, soft white and yellow. Birds called softly from nearby trees. Everything felt slow, soft, and gentle. Emma noticed a small wooden bench beside the path. She sat down slowly, letting the warmth of the afternoon sun touch her face. She watched the water move. Each ripple, each reflection, seemed to carry a quiet message. Relax, breathe, notice. She leaned back and closed her eyes for a moment. The river's soft murmur blended with the distant bird songs and the rustling leaves. She felt her mind float gently, like a leaf drifting on the water. After a while, she stood and continued walking. She saw a duck swimming slowly, paddling quietly through the calm water. A small fish jumped once, creating soft circles in the river. Emma watched carefully. Everything moved at its own gentle pace. She came across a wooden bridge, small and old, stretching over the river. Emma paused and leaned on the railing. She looked down at the water. Sunlight sparkled softly on the surface, making tiny diamonds that danced slowly. Beautiful, she whispered to herself. The word felt soft on her lips, like a gentle breeze. Continuing her walk, Emma noticed a willow tree by the riverbank. Its long branches hung low, brushing the water softly. She touched a branch and felt the leaves brush her fingers. They were cool, smooth, and calming. Emma found a small footpath leading under the willow tree. She stepped carefully along it. The ground was soft, covered in moss and fallen leaves. The smell was fresh, earthy, and gentle. A dragonfly hovered nearby, moving slowly, almost floating on the air. Emma watched it with soft eyes, her breathing slow and calm. The river widened slightly here, and a small rowboat floated gently, tied to a post. The water moved slowly beneath it. Emma imagined sitting in the boat, drifting softly down the river, feeling the quiet world around her. She walked further and came to a tiny waterfall. The water fell softly, a gentle, soothing sound. Emma closed her eyes and listened. Each drop seemed to whisper, slow, calm, peace. Sitting on a rock nearby, Emma rested for a while. She let her mind drift like the river itself, floating gently, noticing small things, the shimmer of light on the water, the soft rustle of grass, the distant call of a bird. Time felt slow. The world seemed quiet. Emma felt her body relax more deeply. Her hands rested softly on her knees. Her shoulders loosened. Each breath became calmer, slower, more gentle. As the sun dipped lower, painting the sky in soft purples and blues, Emma stood and walked back along the river. Her steps were light, careful, and unhurried. She felt connected to the quiet world around her. By the time she returned to the town, her mind was calm, her body relaxed, and her thoughts gentle. The quiet river had shared its soft rhythm with her. She carried it with her, a small, peaceful calm that could stay with her long into the evening and into gentle sleep. Sometimes quiet towns hold soft magic. Tonight, Emma will see in the glow of lanterns gentle lights floating in the calm evening. Listen slowly. Let the warm colors fill your mind and feel the quiet peace. Emma walked slowly through the town, the river's calm rhythm still in her mind. The sun had almost set, leaving the sky painted in soft shades of orange and deep purple. Soft lights began to appear in windows. A gentle excitement filled the air, but it was calm, not loud or hurried. Today, the town had a festival of lanterns. Emma followed a narrow street that led toward the town square. Small lanterns floated in the air, tied with thin strings. Their soft glow reflected on the stone streets. The light was warm, golden, and soothing. She walked slowly, noticing the gentle movement of the lanterns swaying in the evening breeze. Each lantern seemed alive, dancing softly in the quiet air. People moved calmly around her, holding lanterns in their hands. They smiled softly at each other, whispering gentle greetings. Emma felt included in this quiet celebration. A soft melody floated through the air. It was not loud, not hurried, just a few notes, slow and sweet, carried by someone playing a small flute. Emma listened carefully. Each note seemed to float like a soft feather, landing gently on her mind. At the center of the town square, a small river flowed. Hundreds of lanterns floated on the water, glowing like tiny stars. Emma paused, watching. The reflection of the lanterns in the water created a calm, shimmering scene. A child nearby held a lantern and let it float gently onto the water. Emma smiled softly. She could see the calm joy in the child's eyes. The lantern drifted slowly, carried by the current. A kind voice spoke softly beside her. "Would you like to send a lantern too?" Emma turned and saw Thomas, the friendly stranger from a morning walk. He held a lantern, glowing warmly. His eyes were soft, calm, and gentle. "Yes, I would like that," Emma whispered. Thomas helped her place the lantern on the water. They both stepped back slowly and watched it float. The lantern glowed softly, drifting with the others. The water carried it gently, like a quiet song. Emma felt a deep calm. She watched the lanterns move slowly, noticing each reflection, each glow, each ripple in the water. The town seemed even quieter and more peaceful under the lantern light. Thomas spoke softly. "Lanterns are like thoughts. If we let them float slowly, calmly, they find their place. No rush, no hurry, just peace." Emma nodded slowly. She watched the lanterns drift, imagining her own thoughts moving like the tiny lights, soft, calm, and free. She walked further along the river, noticing families sitting quietly on benches, couples holding hands, friends sharing gentle smiles. Everything moved in a slow rhythm, in harmony with the soft music and the glowing lanterns. A small bridge arched over the river. Emma stopped in the middle and looked down. Hundreds of lanterns floated below. Their warm glow mirrored on the water. She felt a gentle warmth in her chest, a soft happiness that made her breathe slowly and deeply. The evening continued, soft and calm. Emma wandered slowly through the square, letting the lanterns and music fill her mind. She noticed the soft rustle of leaves, the faint smell of evening flowers, and the gentle sounds of water moving. Sitting on a small bench, she closed her eyes for a moment. She imagined herself drifting slowly along the river, carried by the glowing lanterns, surrounded by calm, gentle music. Time seemed to stretch. The world moved slowly, softly, as if the town itself had taken a deep, relaxing breath. Emma felt safe, peaceful, and ready to rest. Finally, she rose slowly and walked back toward the quieter streets of the town. The lanterns floated behind her, leaving a warm, golden trail in her mind. Each light, each gentle sound, seemed to whisper, "Calm, relax, sleep." Emma knew she could carry this quiet magic with her, into her thoughts, into her dreams, and into gentle sleep. Emma left the town square, carrying the memory of glowing lanterns in her heart. The music and soft voices faded behind her, leaving only gentle silence. The streets were quiet now. The sun had fully set, and the sky was deep blue, dotted with tiny stars. Emma walked slowly, her steps soft on the smooth stones. The cool night air brushed her face gently. She took a slow, deep breath. The smell of night flowers and soft grass filled her senses. Everything felt calm, safe, and peaceful. She noticed the shadows of trees stretching across the streets. Each shadow moved softly as the breeze touched the leaves. Emma paused for a moment, listening to the soft rustle. It sounded like a quiet lullaby, gentle and soothing. A small cat passed by, its paws soft on the ground. It looked at Emma, then walked slowly into the shadows. She smiled softly. The world was calm, full of gentle life, yet nothing rushed. Emma continued walking, thinking about the day. She remembered the hidden letter, the friendly stranger, the old bookstore, the secret garden, the quiet river, and the floating lanterns. Each moment had been slow, gentle, and full of calm. She reached the edge of the town, where the streets were narrower and lined with small, cozy houses. Lights glowed softly through the windows. Some curtains swayed gently in the night breeze. Emma felt comforted by the quiet warmth inside each home. A small bridge crossed a gentle stream nearby. Emma paused, leaning lightly on the railing. The water reflected the moonlight, shimmering like silver. She listened to the soft flow, each ripple carrying a quiet, soothing rhythm. She imagined the river carrying small thoughts away, leaving only calm, gentle feelings. Her body relaxed. Her breathing became slow and steady. Each step on the path felt light, soft and peaceful. Emma walked under a row of tall trees. Their branches formed a natural arch over the path. The leaves whispered softly as the breeze passed. She reached out her hand lightly, feeling the texture of the bark and the gentle movement of the leaves. Ahead, she saw her cozy home. The windows glowed faintly, welcoming her with soft light. She smiled gently, feeling the calm of the night around her. Before entering, Emma paused. She looked up at the stars, tiny lights twinkling in the deep blue sky. Each star seemed like a soft promise. Calm, peace, gentle rest. She whispered softly to herself, "Thank you for this calm, quiet night." She opened the door slowly, stepping inside. The familiar warmth of her home embraced her. She placed her small bag on the table and sat by the window for a while. Outside, the town was quiet. The lanterns had floated away, but their gentle glow lingered in her mind. The river flowed softly, carrying calm and peace. The garden rested quietly. Everything in the world felt slow, soft, and safe. Emma closed her eyes. She thought about the gentle adventures of the day. She imagined the friendly stranger, the calm river, the secret garden, and the glowing lanterns. Each memory was soft and comforting. Her breathing became even slower. Her body felt warm and heavy in the most comfortable way. Her mind floated like a leaf drifting on a calm stream. She let herself sink gently into rest. No hurry, no rush, only calm, only peace, only soft, sleepy thoughts. And as Emma drifted into a gentle, quiet sleep, the world around her continued softly. The stars twinkled in the sky. The river flowed quietly. The trees whispered in the breeze. The town slept in soft, peaceful harmony. Everything was calm. Everything was gentle. Everything was ready for rest. Tonight, Emma knew that she could always return to these slow, soft moments in her mind. She could carry the calm of the day into dreams, into sleep, and into gentle morning thoughts. The night wrapped around her like a soft blanket, and she let herself drift slowly, gently into quiet, peaceful sleep.